Hello everybody and welcome to week 34's 34? Week whatever it is week in review here on my channel of teaching myself how to draw. As usual, we'll look at the figures before we get into what I drew this week. I do have a little bit of, it's not something that's really come up this week, but it's something that I think I want to get a little more into. I mean, you can tell just by looking at this, right? I'm not happy with this. Pretty much on like any of my figures, right? Some of them look fine, but they're a little too rectangular. Like there's not enough space in between the kind of bone areas, you know? I'm not doing a good job of separating that in most cases. Sometimes it looks okay, but sometimes it's just a little too rectangular, you know? So I think what I want to do, what I'm doing this month is I'm trying to do like a big almost like Inktober thing, but whole October of course, because all I draw is VTubers and stuff. But I'm trying to, that looks okay. Sorry, I'm like distracted here. I'm trying to spend this month kind of as like an in-depth, what do you call it? Like a training regimen or whatever, where I want to do like a full nice looking fan art each day of the month. This one looks kind of good. And then after that, I think what I want to do is do like a deep dive on the kind of the full figure, not necessarily the limbs, but really like this stuff. And spend like a week just really reminding myself how to draw them, because I keep forgetting, you know. But in the meantime, we'll get to it in a minute when I show what I've drawn this week. I want to spend a lot of time just doing fan art and just like getting a bunch more drawings complete, mass producing some more work to see what I kind of use fan art as a way to find out what I'm not good at. This is today's, by the way. So I want to, here I'll show you now, since this was the last of them, what I got up to this week. This was day one. This is more of like an inside joke than anything. But I like how this figure turned out. The thing I struggled with was, what was it again? I can't even remember. What was it? Oh, I think it was the shoulders here, you know? Because kind of the body's at a bit of an angle. And I couldn't really, it took me a while to get it, and this shoulder's a little big because of it. Yeah, this is Iris. Acting like a mermaid and like what she pictures in her mind and what versus the reality of it. Next day, I did Gura here. I'm having a lot of fun drawing hands. They're really hard, but I think they turn out pretty good. Like I still struggle with connecting the fingers to the palm. And this one, because the fingers are coming a little forward, it was a little more difficult in that way. I had to do a bit of overlap, but I'm getting better at fingers. I'm still kind of struggling with the shape of the head, I think. This line, you know, and the neck. You know, so there's like a number of things that in like doing these drawings. Next one I did is Flare in Will Ferrell's elf costume. I like doing these fan arts, and then through doing this I will like realize that I don't understand certain things. Like I think these shoes were kind of difficult. What was difficult in this one? I honestly don't remember. It was kind of a simple pose. The hair was kind of hard. Maybe the mouth. But you know, like in this past week of working on these, I've really realized I don't know how to draw mouths. Or like expressions, you know? So I'm like gathering data, you know? Next day was this one. This one took me like 5 hours, but it was a lot of fun. I love the colors. This is Mel here. I don't remember what was hard with this one. But again, like these hands look okay, right? Isn't that cool? I'm getting better at drawing hands, I think. What about the other one? Yeah, looking good enough, right? These knuckles are a little off, but this jacket was really hard. Maybe that was the hard part? Kind of like the folds in this area. You can't even see my highlighter thing here, can you? the folds in this jacket, and kind of like the opening of the sleeve, you know? I'm just gathering data. All these little things I'm not good at. This one was kind of okay. The hair again was okay. Next day, I think the glove opening here. This is Subaru as a cop. My favorite of your last drawings. Thanks, Giga. The melon, yeah. And again, the hands look, it's okay, but connecting the fingers, kind of the knuckle area to the rest of the palm, that's where I'm struggling, right? So I have all this data of like stuff I need to practice. It's really, really nice doing like kind of a big thing like this each day. This is kind of big for me. This takes me like 4 hours or something. I want to get something like this done in about 2 hours. That's my goal. And then this was the last day, yesterday's. This is also my submission for this week's prompt. It's kind of completely unrelated to the prompt, but we'll get to that in a minute. I want to talk about this arm because I was really having trouble. Again, I like the hand, but the actual forearm here, because I wanted the elbow to be here, and I can't remember what I was struggling with. I think it was originally too low or something. It was too small. I spent like 45 minutes on just basically this arm here, you know? And it's really reminding me how important it is to do all of your construction like properly. I like to move on before I'm ready to move on, you know? I like how this one turned out, by the way. The hair looks really good, I think. I don't give myself enough time, though. The other thing I learned in this one was, I call it the sandwich method of like doing this kind of folds. Because basically, what this is, it's like a series of triangles. Here, I'll get some more space. It's basically like, if you think of it like this, right? And then you're just kind of connecting like this, and then like a little like this. But if these corners are too sharp, then it looks too like paper thin, you know? So all I really did was just add a little bit of kind of volume to each of the curves. Almost like 2 slices of bread, like this one in a sandwich. And then you just connect this to like the top part. Or like at certain angles it would be along the side, like, you know, like this one. It kind of meets in the middle of like the curve, you know? So if you kind of do it like this instead, like you just give it a little bit of volume, you know? It doesn't have to be too much, but it just gives your fabric a little more weight to it, you know? A little more dimension. That's like the big thing I learned doing this one. You know, it's kind of like this one. I think this section here is like really nice looking. This little curve. You know what I mean? Because I'm still struggling with fabric in general. I think this one taught me a lot about that sort of a thing, so yeah. I'm happy with that. I like the backgrounds too. I've been having fun with, you know, just doing some quick gradients, like on this one too, with like the little tone stuff. It's just fun. Anyway, that's what I've been up to this week. So I mentioned this was my submission for the prompt, which, if I show you this really quick, this is the pose, and the word was synthetic. I didn't use the word. I was thinking of doing something like with this, basically the upper half of the pose, holding a rose, like throwing a rose in the air or something, you know? But somehow it became this. Not really copying the pose at all, but it's still inspired by by the pose, so it counts, right? So that's my submission for this week's prompt. It counts, all right? It's my channel, I get to make the rules. Anyway, that's it for this week. The rest of October, I'm going to continue doing one of these a day. Just a quick fan art for whole October. And then, pardon me, the goal is to just get as much data as I can, you know, what I struggle with, like fabric, you know, what I can learn, pick up little things here and there. And then at the end, probably the start of November, I'm going to kind of take an account of everything that I learned that I struggle with, and probably do like a deep dive on the figure and trying to correct all of those things. So yeah, that's my tentative schedule. But as usual, my tentative schedules always tend to change. So who knows what'll happen, but that's kind of where my mindset is at. So yeah, that's my week in review. Thanks for watching, and I'll be back next week with another one. Yay, goodbye, cut.